audio. Sean, once you get over there, let's see where are we at here.
Yep, it's muted.
All right, but mm, la 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 la. So we're gonna go officially live in just a little less than, well, a little more than 4 minutes. So if you're watching this at a future date, you probably want to just skip ahead. Although we are going to do a bunch of our pregame rigmarole, so that might actually be kind of interesting. The scenario is called Night Boat from Cairo, and we're going to do our placement. So for deployment, the first thing that we do is we put out, you know what? First thing we need to do is roll for Mrs. Harper. We need to roll for Harper and find out if she does anything. We got a 1, so no help on this scenario. So she's not going to be any help. Don't forget you have those keen senses that can help you on a peril. Not for just anything, but on a peril challenge. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to place your 3 characters. You have 10 different zones on the steamboat. So Lucky Dundee is in zone 3. That's up here on the upper deck of the Ibis. So we'll roll for Milligan next. Millie is back here in the back. And 5 is on the lower deck. Okay. Lady Elaine is back here in this cabin. Probably one of the worst places to start for this scenario because she's only adjacent to one other zone. So you'll have a little map there that you can use. But she's in this cabin down here right underneath Millie. So her only zone that she can move to is to move out onto the lower deck there.
Okay.
Millie's back here on the upper deck, and Lucky is right there as well. I suppose we ought to draw cards while we're doing this. So I'm going to draw your 3 cards first. Sean, you have a distraction. That's kind of nice, actually. Not a... Let's see, you got a distraction. And a trip up. That's interesting. That could... And an I'm all right. So that's a good starting hand right there. Nice, good starting hand for the Dundee Scholars.
That is so weird. Those were the top cards in my deck that was
Oh
pulled
my
out.
gosh. All right. So the baddies also get a set of cards because we're not playing this using the solo deck. They got a lucky break, not particularly great, an unseen peril, and a breakaway. Okay. All right. So I also have 2 baddies and a fire to place. So here is the stack of cards for the random 2 baddies. We're going to go officially live in a little less than just about 1 minute right now. So here are the placement of the 2 baddies. Baddie number 1 is a zealot, and he is in location number 7. So that is not where you are at. You are not in 7, but you know where that is. That's right outside of Lady Elaine's door. Right outside of Lady Elaine's. And the second one that's going to appear is Dahlia. Dahlia is the other one that is appearing, and she is at location 8 or zone 8. These cards do not go back into the stack after they're drawn. Location 8 is the other side. So on the other side over here, we're going to go officially live in just about 15 seconds. Okay. We had our first official sleepover. Joey had a friend sleep over last night, and I got to place a fire. We're also going to start with 1 fire in play. So location is 8. Okay, that's not great. That is with Dahlia. Dahlia is starting in a fire area. Let me double check and make sure that that's a legal move. Let's see. During setup, draw two zones of
It says without any characters.
without the fire has to be in a zone that does not have any characters. So I'm going to have to put that in a different spot. Has to be somewhere. 10 is not occupied, and 10 is this front section over here. I'll give you a sky cam view. That is this front section here, goes all the way to the front here, all along this side here. That's section 10. And there it is right there, is the fire. So that's going to be a really hard one to get to. You know, you're either going to have Lucky, who is in section 3, section 3, excuse me, runs all through here. So he could move into the cabin area and then down. So that would be a run move if he wanted to get all the way to there. Or if you wanted to protect Lady Elaine, he could move back to... I'm not sure if those are connected. Let me double check here real quick. Did I say 3 was connected to 7? 3 is not connected to 7. Okay. So I think you'd have to move back to 1 and then down to 7, which again would be a run move. If you wanted to try and get to, if you wanted to either engage Dahlia, who is on this side, I'll stick her a little close to the edge so you can see her. And then you have a cultist on this side over here as well, right outside of Lady Elaine's door. So Lucky could either, by moving 2 spaces, but that means he'd have to take a peril. But you know what? Lucky is pretty good at perils. He's when it comes to dealing with perils, that's kind of his thing. He is quite the adventuring type. Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and we're just going to get started with this. There's not going to be a lot of rigmarole. There's not going to be a long talk. This is all about just getting to the action. We're playing a game of Pulp Alley today. This is a live game of Pulp Alley, so you get to see everything. No editing, you know, in the raw. I'm playing with Sean Peck is joining us. Sean, where are you located again?
I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
In Tennessee. We have Sean Peck joining us from Tennessee. He is playing the Dundee Scholars. We've already drawn cards. We're starting turn number 1. This is an 8-turn scenario. Sean, you are in control. Who are you going to activate? You have Dundee up on...
I think I need to save Lady Elaine first. So
okay.
I'm gonna move back to 1.
Are you activating Lucky Dundee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think I have anything I want to play on him. Let me double check. Let me double check here. Let me see what I have. Okay, I have that Unseen Peril. Should I just go ahead and whammy him with it? Let's do it. Let's give him an Unseen Peril. Let's give him an Unseen Peril just to start things off. So an Unseen Peril means we're going to draw the top card off the deck, and he's going to get a peril. Let me... Wait. Am I cheating? Opponents cannot play cards when Lucky Dundee activates. That would be a cheat move. Okay, I'm going to give... I choose not to play any cards. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. So you will get a peril just naturally because you're in a hurry on a steamboat on the River Nile. And boys and girls, if there's anything you learn about playing Pulp Alley, when you're in a hurry, that's when accidents happen. David and Kyushu knows that. Ray knows that. Ptolemachus knows it. Vern knows it. Damian Larson knows it. Giolino also knows it. Wait, crocodiles are Pulp Alleys? Dennis Cross knows it. Sean Hudson knows it. We know when you get in a hurry, that's when accidents happen. Here is your random peril for being in such a hurry. One with finesse. Okay. Well, I think Mr. Dundee has 3 die 10 in finesse. Where's my
Yes.
cup at? Where's my rolling? Where's my rolling thing? I don't. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. The children were playing with it. All right. 3 die 10. He's got to get one of these as a success. And he does. No problem at all. So you can move to section 1. No problem. And then you can go down to either section 7 or 8. Which one do you want to move down to? Are you going to go down and engage that cultist, or do you want to go after Dahlia?
Ooh, Dolly is one of the big bads.
She is tough.
Hmm.
Maybe
I'll
Millie
warm
could
up
handle.
cultist.
Maybe Millie could handle the cultist.
That's true. Or we could team up.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Well,
think
I guess
Millie wants
the
to.
goal is not to leave them unattended, right?
Correct. You're exactly right. You have correctly assessed the situation. If they are left alone, they will start spreading fires. What are you going to do, sir?
I'll send Dundee over to Dahlia then.
Okay. Are you going to engage her in a fight, sir?
Yeah.
Or are you going to move down there and shoot at her?
What is her shoot? No, she doesn't shoot.
She has no shooting skill whatsoever.
Then I'll shoot her. I shoot her from the stairs.
You're going to have to move into the zone with her.
Yeah.
You're going to have to move into the zone, but you'll not be actually engaged with her. All right. So she's got a heck of a dodge, though. I could dodge whatever you got. I got 3 die 8 in dodge. Lucky Dundee has 3 die 10 plus 1 for the short range. He's going to have 4 die 10 coming at Dahlia. Here we go. Pistol opens up, and you only get 2 successes, a 7 and a 9. I'm not going to be able to dodge that 9 no matter how big I roll, but I can bet you I can beat nothing. So I'm going to take 2 hits, 2 die 8, and I am injured. How quick and fast is that? And just like that, poor Dahlia's got a pow-pow on her. All right, sir. What are you going to do next?
I'd like Millie to go down and jump on the cultist.
Okay. Millie.
Milligan.
Yep. Yeah, we call her Millie. Millie swings down the stairs and comes after the cultist in the other side there. Now, it would be nice if she could put him down. She's not a great brawler. She's not really a fighter type. She'd rather play, but when she has to. So Millie only has 3 die 6 in brawl, and my cultist also has 3 die 6 in brawl. So that's a fairly even fight. All right. Do you have any cards to play, sir?
I'm going to hold them for now.
Okay, here we go. Here is your attack. Oh, that's a big hit. A 6, a 4, and a 5. Let's see what I got coming back at you. A 6, a 4, and a 4. Now, sir, how dangerous are you going to play that? Do you see that, boys and girls? The player gets to decide how dangerous they want to do this. It's not just about rolling dice. It's about rolling dice and then deciding what you're going to do. You could call this a wash. You could just say, I'm going to block all of them and not a single point of damage gets through. I'm going to remind you that you have that I'm all right card. So you could go for blood here and just give him all you got and use that I'm all right to avoid the damage completely. How do you want to play it, Sean? How do you want to play it?
Take them all. Take them all.
He says take them all. So now you have to decide. Are you going to give me that I'm all right, or am I going to roll?
I'll take the I'm all right.
I'm all right, he says. So he takes no damage whatsoever. So now I'm going to have to roll a 3 dice health check and fail. And that means my little fella gets beat down. And in this scenario, boys and girls, when a character goes down, they go into the water. And look what's waiting for them in the water. We'll see how that goes. Now, Lady Elaine, is there any chance that she could get all the way up there to where the fire is located? I don't think she can. From number 5, she could move to 7, and then her fastest move would get to 9, which would be this side of the steamboat. She can't get over here where this fire is located because 7 and 9 aren't attached, aren't connected.
I'll have to run her all the way up to 9.
Okay, all right. That means she's going to have to take a peril, which is kind of nice for her because if she can pass a challenge, she gets to draw a card. So that's actually kind of good. Here is your random challenge. It is 2 with finesse or cunning. Well, she has 4 die 8 in cunning. Is that what you're going to roll?
Yeah.
Okay, 4 die 8 in cunning. I'm going to remind you that you do have keen senses on your league. So once per turn, you may give one of your characters a +1 bonus for a peril. Do you want to do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll get you 5d8, and you got to get 2 of these. No surprises there. You got the... Wow, that was really close. That was really, really close. 3 3s. Maybe that extra dice is what paid off for you, but you got the 2 successes you needed, and that means she's going to get to draw a card. So the card I'm adding to your stack is called a steady aim. You added a steady aim to your stack. And that means she's going to get all the way to 9. What did I do with her? Where is she? Oh, she's all the way back here. So she leaves here, and she's running up what is that? The port side. Runs up here to the bow, and she's not able to make it all the way to the fire. Let me see if I can get her on camera. Almost. There she is right here. All right. So that's all of your characters have activated. All of your characters have activated. And so now I still have 1 character to activate, and that is Dahlia. Well, NPCs know no fear, and she is, when she activates, do you have a card to play? I don't think, well, you have a distraction. You got a trip up. You got a steady aim. I think I'm ready to just rush at you. She will rush to engage you.
Okay.
She normally rolls 4 die 8. However, she is injured now, so she'll only get 4 die 6. Where's my card at for her? There it is. 4 die 6 because she is now injured. Now, you have to decide how you're going to reply to this. Do you want to dodge with 2 die 8, or are you going to brawl me with 3 die 10?
I think I'll brawl.
Okay, 3 die 10. All right. Come on. I want to land a hit on him. I want to land a hit on Lucky Dundee. If I can get a hit on him here, that's going to pay off big time. Here we go. You still got that? No, you used the I'm all right. She gets a 6 and a 4. That's good. That's good right there. Okay. Now, if you score something here, that could be bad because I don't want to lose her. All right, you scored 3 successes. Now, NPCs will not normally block, and I am going to just play them as a normal NPC, so they are here to cause as much carnage as possible. She will not block, and that means she's going to take 3 hits, and Lucky Dundee will take 2 hits. All right. I'm going to roll for I'm going to roll for Dahlia first. She takes 3 hits. And it is enough. 2 6s and a 1. Almost made it. That 1 means she goes down. Boys and girls, what's it mean when you go down in this scenario? You end up in the water. And I'll show you what that means in just a second. But first, we want to inflict some damage on Dundee. Dundee's going to have to roll a 2-dice health check. We got to get a failure here. And he gets a failure. Boys and girls, guess what Dahlia has in her pocket? She is a poisonous vixen, and she inflicts toxin. An enemy's recovery is impaired when they are injured by Dahlia. So now, for the rest of the game, he is poisoned. And every time you want to roll a recovery check for Lucky Dundee, you're going to have to hand me a card out of your hand.
Ooh.
Or you don't get to roll. Lucky Dundee is now poisoned. I think that's the only character I had on the table to activate. So now we're going to go to recovery checks. We have 3 potential recovery checks. I'm going to go ahead and do the baddies first. I'm going to roll for Dahlia. Let me double check here, make sure we don't have any cards to play. Okay, here is for Dahlia. I want to get her up. I want to get Dahlia up. I need a 4 or better. I did not. Doggone it. Okay, so Dahlia is gone. Dang it. And she will not come back in this scenario. She's, unique character. So once the characters in this scenario are eliminated, we'll get more popping up, but she doesn't get mixed back into the stack, in other words. The other character that is down is my fella on the other side of the boat over here. This fella over here. So I'll roll for him. And I failed that one too. Doggone it. I'm losing my characters faster than I'm getting them. That's not good. All right. So he is gone. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is ask Lucky Dundee if he's going to give me a card. You can roll a recovery check if you give me a card, sir.
I'll do.
What are you going to do? Distraction? Okay. I'm not sure that trip up isn't less useful, because the rules for the NPCs in this scenario is that they really don't move more than one zone. I guess a trip up could prevent them from moving out of their zone. Like if they started in a zone, moving from one zone of the steamboat to another is a 6-inch move. So you could stop them from moving at all by playing the trip up on them, would keep them in their zone.
That's what I was thinking.
But otherwise, they won't chase you down. They will pretty much hunker down and stay where they started. It's up to you, though. What you decide. Either one.
I'll take your advice, and I'll play the trip up to.
Okay, get rid of the trip up. All right. Terrible thing is, and it cost him a card, and he's still gonna fail the roll. Watch this, boys and girls. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or anything, but cost him a card, and he fails the roll. Oh, just what an evil! Who comes up with this stuff? Who comes up with this stuff? That's what I want to know. If he rolls a 4 or better, he's going to recover. Boys and girls, if you haven't already, please take a moment right now and make sure you are subscribed to our silly little channel here. We do live games every Sunday. We also post quick little short videos every day. And then we do our live video on Thursday evenings as well. If we roll a 4 or better, Lucky Dundee's going to shake off that injury. We'll see. Come on. Make sure you hit the like button right now while we're talking about it too. I hope everybody out there that celebrates it had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Are we on the pip? Here's the roll. A 2. A 2. How dirty was that? How dirty. Not only did it cost him a card, he remained injured. Oh. Okay. The next thing that happens is we get a new baddie. So let's see who it is. The card that I draw is a mook. So that's just a little level 1 fella. And this is basically a survival scenario. There aren't plot points to complete on this scenario. The baddies are here to burn the boat, and you want to prevent them from burning the boat. That is the objective on this scenario. So he will appear in a random zone. Zone number 2 is where? Zone number 2 is right above Lucky Dundee. What happens is if a baddie is left alone in a zone, then they will pop out fires. So I have a chance there of getting a fire going there. But Lucky Dundee is 2 moves away, so he could run up there and engage my fella. Also, Millie is right there. She could get up there and get to him also. So I don't have high hopes for that fella. We'll just have to see. We're starting turn number 2. This is an 8-turn scenario. Here are the cards. Sean, here's the card for you. You drew an uncanny. Wow, that's a nice one. That's a nice one for this scenario. I drew a misfortune. Also nice. I like to see that. All right, Sean, what are you going to do? Who's activating first? You got Lucky over here. He's injured. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him again. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble.
I want to put out the fire with Lady
Okay.
Elaine.
All right. Lady Elaine activates. Oh, I hate to play a unseen peril on her. She's so good at doing those damn challenges, and she gets a card. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play Unseen Peril on her. I'll let her go. So she activates. She moves into the adjacent zone. That's not going to cause her to roll for a peril, but she is entering a perilous area. When you enter a zone that is on fire, she's moving into a perilous area. So here is her peril. So before she can try to put it out, oh, please, whatever. She draws a free pass. That's a 0 challenge. So she automatically passes it. And she gets to draw a card. What? Oh, and she draws a parlay. Doggone it. Doggone it, Sean. You big cheater. All right. So now Lady Elaine can try to put out that fire. And to do that, that is an action. And she draws a random challenge off the deck. And it is 1 with finesse or cunning. She has 4 die 8 in cunning. So she's going to pretty easily put out that fire, it sounds like. Come on, I can roll bad. Not that bad. Okay. So she puts out the fire. My fire is gone. And you get another card. You added a stay down to your stack. Do I get another fire at the end of the turn? Let me check. I need more fire. End of turn. At the end of the turn. No. Okay, I don't get another fire. I just got a baddie up top. Okay, Sean. It's continuing your activations.
All right. Let's see. So you can't shoot from one zone to another, right?
You can. So he could
obscuring.
move. He could move up the stairs. He could move up the stairs and shoot at that guy.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. So you get up the stairs. You would normally get 3 die 10 plus 1. That would get you up to 4 die 10 for the short range. And then, because you are injured, it's going down to D8s. So you're going to have 4 die 8. For my mook, I have to declare a dodge. He normally has 2 die 8. Sorry, 2 die 6 in dodge. So, Dundee, here we go. 4 die. I am officially declaring a dodge for this guy, just so everybody out there understands what's about to happen. Here is the shooting. And you got 4 successes. 4 successes. Wow, that was pretty good. So for my fellow, instead of rolling my dodge skill, I'm going to play breakaway and move 1 to 3 inches in any direction. And I will just remain in that zone and move a little bit this way, away from you. So I'm going to break away. That ends the fight, and I do not suffer any hits at all. Sean, who's going to activate next?
I'd like Millie to help protect Elaine. So I'm going to send him up towards her.
Okay, let's see. Do you want to move 2 zones or just 1 zone? Do you want to just move?
Millie's in 7, right? Is that correct?
Millie is in 7. Yeah. So
Millie will move over to 8.
Okay, so she moves over 1 spot to this side. Starboard side over here. So she's over here. And Lady Elaine is really just in the next zone over.
Yeah.
So they're both on this side over here. All right. So that's all the player characters have activated. Now the baddies activate. I only have 1 baddie to activate. Since he's in a zone that does not have a fire or an enemy character, he will now plant a fire in an adjacent zone. So how many adjacent zones do I have? I have the cabin up here. Up here we have the cabin. I got the upper deck over here, and then I got zone 1 back here. So I have 3 potential zones. We're just going to roll a dice 6. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the cabin. Fire in the cabin. So that won't be hard for you to get to. Lady Elaine is actually in a pretty good position to get to that fire. She is just below where that fire has started out over there. So she could get to that relatively easily. She's in an adjacent zone. So that's the end of the turn. The next thing that happens is that I draw another baddie. So we draw the top card or any of the cards off the deck, and it is Ramjeet is the next character that appears. That's a level 3 sidekick character, and we're going to put him in a random zone. He's going to appear in zone 7. So that's where Millie just left. So he is standing over on this side. He's standing over here. So he is adjacent to Millie. He's also adjacent to Lucky Dundee. All right. And that ends the turn. We're going to pull a... Is this on camera? Oh, there. Almost. Okay. We're going to pull a slug. We're going to draw cards. We're starting turn 3. I added my new fellow. Your card is a distraction. You drew another distraction. And I drew a bad feeling. Okay. All right, sir. Oh, I apologize. Let's go back. Let's go back so you can waste one of your cards. Lucky Dundee can also roll a recovery check at the end of that turn.
Since I've got 2 distractions, I'll give you one of those.
All right. One of your distractions goes away. Come on, I got to blow this. Come on. Everybody think low dice. Everybody think a 1. Everybody concentrate. We're thinking 1s here. I got to keep Lucky injured. I don't have any chance of stopping him unless Lucky stays injured. Come on. Keep him injured, boys and girls. A 1! Woo! Wow. Thank you. Who is out there thinking 1s with me? Who is out there? Ray and Sean were thinking 1s. Who else was thinking 1s with me? Red Mist. Gregory. I know Gregory was definitely thinking 1. Who else was on there? Vern was thinking 1. David and Kyushu, Rick was definitely thinking one. I felt that one. Jim Stute was thinking one. Very good. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Thank you for everybody thinking ones with me.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
All right, all right, all right. So I have two characters in play. How nice is that? I think you're still on top of things though. I don't know that I really have much of a chance here. We're starting turn 3. This is an 8-turn scenario. If at any time I have 6 fire markers on the table, then the scenario ends. Otherwise, it ends at turn 8. Right now, my chance. Well, Lady Elaine is a heck of a firefighter. I don't know that I have any chance at all of burning this ship with her running around. I've got to get a baddie on her and get her down. If I can get Lucky out of play, I think that's if I can keep him injured and actually get him again. Whoo, that's going to be good. All right, sir. Who are you going to activate first?
I'm going to activate Lucky. I'm going to
Okay.
try to shoot at the cultist in front of him.
Are you going to move into my zone? Or are you shooting me?
I'll shoot from there.
Okay. All right. You're shooting from there. That is a safe move. There's no way I'm going to be able to injure you.
Can I add a steady aim to that too?
You betcha you can. Let me see that steady aim of yours. So he's adding a steady aim. That's going to get you up to 5d10. 5d10. I'm going to be dodging you. I don't have another breakaway, unfortunately. Here is your shooting, sir. 5d10. And you got 4 successes. 3 8s and a 6. Okay, well, guess what? I have a chance to dodge that 6. I can't do anything about those 8s, however. See if I can get a 6. I do not. That means I take 4 hits. And failed it. Doggone it. Oh, that was so close. Almost passed a 4-dice health check there, but I did not. Now, the mook here is not going to go into the water. We can assume that he does, just for story time and fun's sake. We'll assume that he goes into the water, but mooks are immediately removed from play, or level 1 characters are immediately removed from play when they fail a health check, so he is simply gone. He's gone. So I've already lost 3 characters. Doggone it. All right. Who is next? Who's activating next?
Lady Elaine's going to go upstairs to fight the fire.
Yep. Okay. So I'm... Doggone it. Okay. I'm going to let her go up there. I sure hate her fighting my fires, but I can't stop her at this point. Okay. So she heads up the steps there. She's gonna get a peril for moving into a perilous area. So that's what happens first here. And the peril is 1 with might. Well, you know what? If there's a weak spot, it's her might. So she only has 2 die 6 in might. So the stairs there, the ladder starts to give way, and she's gonna have to hold on. Here is your... I gotta fail both of these. Come on. A 1 and a 2. So, Sean, here's the deal. You have an uncanny in your hand. If you wanted to use your uncanny, then you could still get the 1 success that you need to pass that challenge. I'm going to remind you that I do have a misfortune in my hand.
Oh.
Do you want to go ahead and play it?
Yeah, I'll do uncanny.
Okay, uncanny will give you a success. Okay, well, I have to stop it. I'm going to give you a misfortune, and I'm going to say no, you did not pass that challenge. That means you take 1 hit for failing that peril, moving into the perilous area. That will end her activation. She'll have to roll a health check, and she is injured, boys and girls. She is injured. I'm going to set it just right there. We'll remember what that's for. Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. So she's standing in a flaming cabin there. It's burning all around her. This isn't good. Now, the only character that you haven't activated is Millie. What is Millie going to do?
I kind of want Millie to keep that other person busy.
Okay. Do you
Is that
want to
Ram?
move? Are you going to move into my zone?
Yeah, he's gonna move into the zone.
Okay. Are you going to engage me?
Yeah, he'll just jump on him.
Okay. Okay. Now, the interesting thing here is that you could just try to distract Ramjeet. I mean, you could, in theory, move over there and then choose to dodge. Not sure that that's the way to go, but I wanted to make sure you understood that that option was available to you. All right,
That's
now
not what he's planning to do. I'm just gonna try to dodge with him until I can get somebody down there that can fight better.
okay. So that's 4 die 8 that you have. Now, so Rami will be brawling you with 3 die 8. Yep, 3 die 8 in brawl. So I have 3 die 8 coming at you, and you have 4 die 8 to dodge. Here is the roll. 3 die 8. 2 5s. All right, let's see if you can dodge a couple 5s. And you do easily with a couple 6s. Now, do you want to remain engaged with him, or do you want to back up an inch?
I'll just.
I think you want to remain, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
He's
then, yeah. So then I only have one character left to activate, and that'll be Ramjeet. So Ramjeet will now activate. Is there any reason you would want to play the parlay now, or are you going to hold on to that for later?
I'll go ahead and play parlay now.
Okay, so parlay is played. That means I cannot attack you. The active character has the option to back up, and I won't. I'll just remain engaged with you. Millie, do you want to back up an inch?
Yes.
Okay. So Millie backs up an inch. Boop. So she came down there, terrorized him, threw some whatever at him, and then distracts him to the point that he's not able to get any fires lit. And then, oh wait, let's double check that. I think he has to be engaged. I think you want to keep him engaged otherwise he's going to start a fire. Let's double check.
Oh,
End of turn.
Fighting with him. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if they deploy setting fires. Each time an unengaged NPC ends their activation in a zone without a fire marker, place a fire marker. So if you want to stop me from placing a fire marker, you're going to have to stay in contact.
Yeah, I'll stay with him.
Okay. All right. So stay right up on him. Otherwise, he would start a fire. All right. That ends the turn. We have one recovery check that is automatic, and that will be for Lady Elaine. So here is her roll, and she passes. Doggone it. Doggone it. No, good for you. Good for you. Way to go. All right. Now, Dundee. Lucky Dundee, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to give me a card? You going to give me that distraction? You going to give me that stay down? Neither one of them are particularly, I don't know. Either one of them. Come on. I still got to fail it. I got to fail it. Everybody think, we've already burned the ones. Everybody think 2. Everybody think 2. Concentrate. Everybody concentrate. Visualize. 2. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody visualize, and it's a 2. A 1! Just as good. Lucky Dundee remains injured, and that'll end the turn. We're going to be starting turn. I know. Maybe it's kind of one of those ironic nicknames. I get 2 things. No, I only get 1 thing. I get a new baddie. It is a zealot in zone number 7. So that's in the same zone. Oh, right? That's where we are. So when a NPC, in the special rules for the scenario, when an NPC appears, is deployed in a zone with a player character, then it engages that player character. So it is on Millie. It is on Millie. Let's see. I should switch cameras here. All right. And there's the baddie. There is the baddie. Now, obviously, a fight is not resolved at the end of a turn, right? We're out of the action sequence. This is part of the end of the turn sequence, so a fight is never resolved during the end of the turn. We're starting a new turn. We're starting turn number 4. Sean, your card is Sidestep. My card is Clear Shot. All right, Sean. All right. I have a Zealot and Ramjeet in play. And I have a fire. I don't think there's any way I'm going to get 6 fires. Remember, this is a scenario that we are playtesting and balancing. Maybe I need to have the fires appear more often. Hard to say. That's why we playtest these, to try and find a nice balance for you guys. When this is published in the new Tomb of the Serpent book, chances are it will be different than how we're doing it today. Sean, who do you want to activate first?
I think Elaine's going to activate and try to put out that fire.
Yeah. I think that's a good go. I think that's a good choice there. So Elaine activates in the cabin, in the
bridge, maybe?
The bridge, that's what I was trying to think of, yeah. So she activates up here, and she's going to get a peril when she activates in a perilous area. Here is her peril. Dun, 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 dun. 1 with finesse. Well, you know what? I don't think I like that. So I'm going to play... You got a 1 with finesse there. I'm going to play... It can't get any easier, really, for her, unless I draw a 1 with cunning. But she has 3 die 8. Gosh. Yeah, it can't get much easier than that. So I'm going to play bad feeling, and I'm going to say no to that challenge. And I'm going to make you draw a different challenge. So the challenge you actually have to roll for is 2. Okay, well, it didn't change it much, but 2 with cunning or might. And you have 4 die 8 in cunning. So you're going to have to get 2 of these. You're going to have to get 2 of these. And you did not. Wow. I'm going to blame that on you. I'm going to blame it on Ray, I think, or Sean out there. We're definitely thinking of 1s and 2s again. 1 success, and I don't have any. Wait. I don't want to forget the idea that you have keen senses. So you have keen senses. So once per turn, you can give one of your characters a +1 bonus for a peril. Now, normally I wouldn't go back but I didn't actually give Sean an opportunity to use that bonus that his league has. Would you like to use that keen senses bonus and give her an extra dice for this peril? I don't know
Yeah,
that you're going to have another peril, so why wouldn't you use it here, right?
yeah, I definitely want to use it.
Yeah, okay. So you got one. So if this roll is a success, come on, now I need you guys thinking. Everybody think 3 out there. Think, visualize the 3. A 1. Wow, you guys are good. You guys are really, you guys are being really mean today. Why? I can't believe, Sean, I want to apologize, Sean. I had no idea that Vern and Rick and Ray and Greg down and were gonna be, and Jim stood. Jim, I know he's got a mean streak, about a mile wide. I'm telling you. I didn't know they were gonna be mean today, Sean. I apologize, you guys. All right. All right. So she's gonna take 2 hits. So that's going to end her activation, and she's going to take her 2 hits, and she's not injured. Okay. Good for you. All right. Now what are you going to do? I've kept this Dundee about as injured as I can possibly keep him. Poor Millie is down there. She's going to end up activating in contact with 2 guys. Dundee cannot shoot at either one of them because Millie is in the mix. Millie is down there battling. Dave Ashton, thank you so much for joining from the UK. Millie's down there. You can't take a chance of shooting her. If you're gonna help Millie, then you almost have to send him into brawl, but then you have the chance of him getting injured again. I don't know what to do here, Sean. I don't know if you go in there or, gosh, what would Lucky Dundee do?
I think he'd have to go in and fight.
I think he'd have to also. All right.
I could take a chance that Millie could dodge both of them, but
yeah,
I don't want to be down a character if I can help it. So
I
I'll
know
go
it.
help
I
him.
know it. All right. So Lucky Dundee jumps into the fray. He's not the sort to sit back and let his monkey. He's hanging up here on the edge. The crocagator's trying to get up there. Here comes Lucky Dundee into the fray. I guess I could put you on either enemy. Do you want to go? Well, no. The nearest enemy will be Ramjeet. So we'll put you on Ramjeet as I knock everybody into the water. Can't keep him on there. My fat fingers. Okay. Okay. So I'll move his little buttons over here just to avoid sticking my fat fingers in there again. All right, here we go. So Lucky is coming up against Rami. Lucky has 4 die 10, except he's injured, so he's going to be down to 4 die 8. 4 die 8 to brawl. I guess I shouldn't have assumed that. Would you rather dodge with 2 die 8?
No, I want to brawl.
Okay, and I got 3 die 8 coming back at you. Double check Rami. Okay, here we go. 4 die 8 from you. And you get a 4. Wow. I think Jim was thinking 1s again. Oh. A 4. Okay, and here is Rami. 7 and an 8. So in this instance, in this situation, that becomes a take-em-all situation. It means that even if you wanted to block, you can't. Sometimes it's bloody. So that means you're going to take 2 hits, and Rami's going to take 1 hit. Rami will roll 1 die 8. You will roll 2 die 8. You're the active character. I'll go ahead and roll yours first. And you are injured again. You are now down to a D6 health. Rami will roll his 1 die 8, and he rolls an 8, and he is not injured. Luckily, and you know what? I think you're actually kicking my butt today, but The die rolls are definitely not in your favor today. The die rolls, I think you're doing really well. I think tactically, I think your decisions that you're making, but the dice are not your friend today. And I think I don't want to name names, but I'm pretty sure it's Sean and Jim and Dave Ashton. I think was definitely thinking an 8 there for me. There we go. All right, so Lucky Dundee leaps down into the fray. Ramjeet smacks him for his trouble, reeling him back. Now Millie is going to have to activate. And she's activating in contact with 2 enemies. That means she's going to have to try to split her dodge dice. She has a total of 4 die 8 on dodge.
I like to do sidestep too.
Okay, that's going to get you a 5th dice. Now, how do you want to split that up? And I'm going to let you know that Rami has been in a fight now, so he's only down to rolling 2 die 8. The other fella has 3 die 6. How do you feel like you'd like to split your 5d8 up? You have to put 1 dice on both of them, and then you could decide what to do with the other 3. You guys see how that works? All right. Sean, how do you want to play that?
I'll put 1 more on the D8s.
1 more on the D8s. So now you got 2 dice against Rami and 3 dice against the Mook. Now the other thing, the other choice you have here, because you are the active character, you get to decide which one of these fights you want to resolve first.
I'll do the smaller one first.
Okay. When you say that, you mean the D6s?
Yeah.
Oh, do Ramjeet first? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to scoot these dice aside, and here is the dice. Let's just roll them all at one time. Let's just roll them all at one time and let the dice sort it out. Here we go. The red dice are for Ramjeet. He got a 4, and you did not get a single success. Neither one of your dice are a success, and that means you're going to take 1 hit and have to roll a 1 dice health check. And that is a failure as well. Wow. Wow. This is one of those times when I'd almost want to go back and do the math and just see how brutal the average was in this one.
It's like I ran over a gypsy or something.
I know. Why don't you avoid the gypsies from now on, Sean? Don't run over the gypsies. So now we have to resolve the second fight, boys and girls. And guess what? Although he assigned 3 dice to it, he doesn't get to roll his D8s anymore because he is injured now. So he will get 3 die 6 to roll against the Zealots' 3 die 6. 3 die 6 versus 3 die 6. That sounds pretty even. We'll see. Here is the 3 die 6 from the Zealot. The baddie attacks and gets a 4. 1 4. 1 4. Surely she can get a 4. I should have asked you this ahead of time, and now I've forgotten it, but I'm going to go back. You can. She is an acrobat. Milligan is an acrobat. So if you give me a card, you'll get an extra dodge dice. Now, the bad thing about that is you're down to 1 card right now, Sean. You're down to 1 card, and if you give it to me, you won't get to roll a recovery check for Lucky Dundee at the end of this turn.
I think I need to keep it for Lucky. Okay,
all right. All right, so I rolled a 4. You have 3 dice. All you need is 1 4. There's no way. I don't even think Lewis or Jim or Ray or Sean would be that mean to you. Let's see though. Let's see. Here's the roll. A 4? Oh, yeah. Double sixes and a 4. I think your dice have turned, sir. You successfully dodge it. Now, the next choice is, do you back up an inch or do you remain engaged?
I'll stay engaged.
Okay. All right. Now, all three of your characters have activated. Now the baddies start their activations. I will start with the fella that just attacked you, and that is the zealot. The zealot over here is going to attack again. Now he's down to rolling 2 dice 6 to attack you. You could still dodge with 4 dice 6. Now, everybody out there, remember that only the active character can ever split their dice or must ever split their dice. Only an active character can split their dice. So now that Millie is no longer the active character, she does not have to split her dice anymore, and she can focus just on this zealot. That's how that works. The zealot is coming at you with 2 dice 6 to attack. You could either brawl me with 2 dice 6, or you could dodge me with 4 dice 6. What do you want to do?
I want to brawl.
Brawling me. Danger move. She's desperate now. You have 2 dice 6 to brawl me. I have 2 dice 6 to attack you. Here we go. I'm going to drop them all right in the cup and let the dice sort it out. Here we go. The red dice are for the zealot. The zealot versus the monkey. The zealot gets 2 successes and Millie gets 1 success. Now, the zealot is the active character, so he has control of the blocking and he will never choose to block. NPCs will almost never choose to block. They are always here to cause as much damage and havoc as they can. So Millie will have to roll a 2 dice health check, and the zealot will have to roll a 1 dice health check. Here we go. Here we go. The red dice is for... The red dice is for the zealot. Let's see it. Oh, both of them fail, and both of them are going overboard. Both of them failed, and both of them are going into the water.
Millie!
Yeah. The zealot starts to slip. He grabs a hold of Millie's leg and pulls Millie into the water with him. And they are both down, and they are both in the water. There we go. There we go. We have lunchtime for the crocodigators. All right. They're eating well tonight. The next character that's going to activate is Rami. Rami activates. Oh, if I can get an injury, Lucky Dundee is down to a D6 health now. If I can get one more injury on him, he will go down. And that means, woof, overboard, right into the water. Sploosh. Let's see if we can knock him down. Let's see if we can knock him down here. All right, Rami is rolling 2 die 8. Right? He's been in 1 fight? Yeah. He's rolling 2 die 8 to attack you. What do you do here? So, Lucky has been in 1 fight as well. So you could brawl me back with 3 die 6, or you could dodge me with 2 die 6. Oh my goodness. Now the difference there is, boys and girls, the difference is, if you brawl me, Sean, you won't get to mitigate any of the damage, right? You get more dice to be more aggressive, but every success I roll is automatically going to get through because you can't mitigate the damage. If you chose to dodge, then maybe you'll have a chance to try and shave some of that damage off of there. How do you want to play this? How aggressive is Dundee feeling right now? Is he just going to go for, he's going to count on his luck to save him and try and
No,
get an injury? I don't know. How do you want to play it?
he's gonna dodge.
He's choosing to dodge. Now, he's using 2 die 6 against 2 die 8. If I roll big enough, he won't even have a chance to dodge some of it. But
Yeah.
I think it's a good move because he's trying his best to just mitigate some of that damage. If he didn't dodge, he wouldn't have a chance to mitigate any of it. So let's just throw it all in the cup and let the dice sort it out. The red dice are for Ramjeet. Here we go. 2 dice coming at you. 2 dice dodging. The roll says, I got nothing. I got a 1 and a 3. Who was thinking 1s and 3s out there? I got nothing, Sean, and you successfully stayed on your feet. Doggone it. That was my chance to toss him into the water. Now, Sean, do you think you want to back up an inch, or are you going to stay in close on Ramjeet?
I'll back up an inch.
He backs up. You're going to get to activate first, so you can always change your tactics afterwards. So you take that inch and back up a little bit. I'm going to adjust him just a little bit for the camera so we can see that a little bit better. Oh, of course I had my back against the camera. I missed my Bessie. Okay, there we go. It's kind of dark over there. It's way too dark over there, isn't it? Well, I guess it's not too bad.
Pretty good.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So that's the end of the turn, and we're going to get some recovery checks. We're going to get some recovery checks. So far, everybody that's fallen into the water has not recovered. So it's not a good spot to go. I got a red dice here, sir, and I got a white dice. I got a red dice and a white dice. This is for Millie and the cultist. 1, 2, and I'm going to let you call it, sir. This is for Millie and the Zealot. You guys remember that old Saturday morning show called Millie and the Zealot? I used to race home every day just to watch that. That was one of my favorites. It came on right after Sigmund and the Sea Monster. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, here we go. So I got a red dice and a white dice in this cup. Sean, is Millie the red dice or the white dice?
The white.
She is the white dice. Let's see, which camera is it? This one? Okay, here we go. She is the white dice. The white dice is a success. And Millie is recovered. The cultist fails and is eaten by the crocagator. My cultist goes away. Millie, although she is injured, she has recovered, and she's now trying to get back to the boat. I'm going to back up for a second, Sean. I'm going to back up for a second, and I'm going to let you rethink backing away from Ramjeet. I'm not saying it was a bad move, but I'm going to let you rethink it a little bit here, because if you back up, he will get to place a fire marker in the boat. Because when he ends his activation, if he's not engaged, he starts a fire. If you back away from me, I'm going to put a fire out there. I don't know that it's that big a deal. You decide. Do you want to back away from him?
That's fine.
You're going to let him put a fire out. Okay. So at the end of his activation, since he's not engaged, he will put a fire in a random adjacent zone. 1 is adjacent. 5 is adjacent. 8 is adjacent. 9 is adjacent. So I have 4 choices. Right? 4 choices. So we'll say 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here we go. 7, 8. So it is in this front over here. I'm going to set it I can't get it on camera, really. I'll just switch cameras. So it's in this uh, port side over here. All right. Now, two other things are going to happen at the end of the turn. First, you need to decide if you want to pass or you want to roll a recovery check. And I think you have to. You're down to
Yeah.
D6 health. You have to roll now. You only have one card in your pocket right now. You going to give me that one card, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Now I know that they're not all gonna think ones and twos here. Let's see how this goes. Surely now they're gonna give you a break here. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. Here we go. This is the roll for all the rolls. If I could keep him injured here, that's gonna be super awesome. Well, for the baddies, not so much for here it is. Needs a 4 or better to shake off one of those injuries. A 2. A 2. He has failed it has cost him a card. It has cost him like 4 cards to roll 4 different recovery checks, and every one of them have been a failure. That's going to end turn number 4. We're starting turn number 5 of an 8-turn scenario. Sean, your new card is Stumble. Now that's interesting. You could actually stumble Ramjeet off the boat and knock him into the water. I drew a clear shot. A second clear shot. Not particularly helpful. All right. Oh, I get a random fella. And it is a level 1 mook. Doggone it. That's not what I wanted. I needed some beef out here. Now, he can appear in any zone, even with a character, even with a fire. So here's the roll. A 8 is on the other side over here. So he is behind Lucky Dundee. He's back on this side over here. So he's over here underneath this side. Lucky Dundee is over here. Millie is in the water over here with a crocagator trying to grab her. And then Lady Elaine is still trying to battle this fire up here. Whoo! This is good. This is good. Okay, Sean. We drew cards. We're starting turn number 5. Who are you going to activate first? Is this guy gone? I lost this. Another zealot. Doggone it. My characters keep dying. So, although, in this scenario, mathematically there are definitely more baddies than there are good guys in this scenario, because they're only appearing one at a time, it gives the good guys kind of a fighting chance. We'll see how this goes. There are 2 fires currently on the ship. Oh, I'm about to walk in front of the camera again. Let me switch cameras. Who do you think you want to activate first here? You have Lady Elaine up at the bridge. You have Millie in the water. You have Lucky Dundee over here. Now, Lucky Dundee is not engaged, so he could actually leave that zone and go put out a fire, but that would cause him to roll for a peril. He's good at perils, though. He can handle that probably. I don't know. I don't know what you want to do here, brother. You got Lady Elaine.
I think Elaine's going to activate and try to fight the fire.
I think that's a good idea, because if she can handle that, then that will actually get you another card. Potentially 2 cards. So that would be really handy, because she could get a fire. First thing will happen, she'll have to fight the fire. That could get you a card if you pass that. I shouldn't say fight the fire. She'll activate in the fire, and that's going to get her a card, and then she can try to put out the fire, and that could potentially get you 2 cards. Here's the first thing, though. She activates. Here is her peril. 2 with cunning or might. Well, we know she's going to go with cunning there. She has 4 die 8. Now, I would just ask you, I think you may have other perils coming at you. Your league is definitely going to have other perils this turn. Do you want to use your keen senses here, get that fifth dice, or you want to go for it with 4 die 8?
I think I'll do 4 die 8.
Okay, all right. Going to hold on to that +1. Here is your 4 die 8, and you need 2 of these. Boom, and you got it. So that will give you a card. You drew a misfortune, sir. You drew a misfortune. Well, well, well. Okay. Then you could try to put out the flames. For that, you get another challenge. The random challenge is 2, again, with cunning or might. Doggone it. I hate her getting those cunning challenges. 4 die 8. You don't have anything that you can boost this up with. Keen senses only works for perils, does not work for plot points. So you're going to have to get this the honest way. You have 2 successes is what you need, and you got it. So that fire is gone. Dang it. Dang it. I need more fires. I think maybe we'll add just 1 automatically at the end of each turn. What do you guys think? Do we need more fires? Throw a comment in here if you want more fires in this scenario. Remember that you'll have to play it sometime. I want more fires. Card? Yep. She gets another card. And the other card is called Just Reward. Just Reward. All right. Now, who's going to activate next? You have...
I want to get Millie out of the water.
Millie out of the water. So when she activates... Remember this, boys and girls, when you activate in a perilous area, you immediately get a peril. So, activating in the water, got a crocagator right there trying to get a hold of you. Here is your peril. 1 with cunning or might. And she has 3 die 8 in might. So she definitely wants to use her might there. Now, this is a peril, so do you want to use that bonus here, or you want to go with your 3 die 8?
Yeah, I want to use the bonus.
Okay, so you're going to have 4 die 8. You only need 1 of these. Boy, needed a better peril there to keep her in the water. Easy peasy. She passes the peril. So now you can do a 6-inch move. So you have really like 2 or 3 different options here. You can move along the boat. You could move down this way. You can't move along the boat and into the boat all in the same activation because this is a separate zone. So if you enter the boat, you have to do it from into the adjacent zone. So she could climb up right behind, or she could even engage Ramjeet if she wanted to. Kind of dangerous. But she could enter this zone with him, just not engage him. She could also move back this way if she wanted to and eventually try to climb up over here. I think the safest thing is for her to just enter this zone and get up out of the water.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do.
So the next thing is, do you want to be engaged or do you want to be away from Ramjeet?
I'll be away from him.
Okay. All right. So she climbs up out of the water. Crocagator still trying to nip at her heels there. All right. So you have 1 character left to activate, and that is Lucky Dundee. Lucky Dundee, what are you going to do? If I can get 1 more injury on him, I'm going to toss him in the water. You could go after the mook that is behind you. You could... I don't know. Boy. You know what? He could go fight the fire too. I'm not saying that's his best option. I'm just trying to think of things that he could do. He could move into the adjacent zone and try to put out the fire, which is, again, is kind of dangerous because he'll have to take a peril as soon as he moves in there. But he could do that. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to give you options. I don't know what you feel like you want to do here. It's a tough choice either way. What do you think
It
you
really
want to do?
is.
I
It
know.
really is. I think
Yeah.
maybe
See, that's something
brawl.
I like about Pulp Alley, though. I
Yeah.
like that we have choices to make. I hate games where I feel like a spectator. You don't feel like a spectator when you're playing Pulp Alley. You are engaged. Everything that you do matters, and you have a lot of choices to make. That's why we designed it the way we wanted it to be, is because we like that sort of engagement. I don't want to play a game and feel like I'm a spectator, that I'm just there to roll dice, right? Okay, let's see what happens next. I want to make decisions, even if they're bad, right? Even if they're bad decisions, I still want to make the decisions, and then we'll find out. So what do you think you want to do with Dundee?
Boy, I hate to brawl that Ramjeet guy, but
I'm gonna whoop him, and you come at Ramjeet, you're gonna get a whooping. I'll tell you that right now.
well, let's see what happens. I will brawl with Ramjeet.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. He comes at Rami. He says, I can't let you set fire to my boat. So at this point in the story for the Tomb of the Serpent campaign, at this point, this is the first scenario in chapter 3, which is after you have done your research and gathered artifacts and scrolls around the Cairo area. So what this scenario represents is the cult of the serpent now coming after you to destroy the artifacts. So they want to burn this boat to the ground or to the river to destroy the artifacts and the scrolls that you have collected to help you in the next chapter. So they're coming after you here. So this is a survival scenario. You're trying to defend yourself and your artifacts against the serpent cult. All right. You would normally roll 4 die 10 in a brawl. Since you're significantly injured, you can brawl me with 4 die 6, or you could dodge me with 2 die 6. Ramjeet is rolling 3 die 8 to give you the Cult of the Serpent beat down. How are you gonna fight, Rami?
I'm gonna fight him.
Okay, 4 die 6 is what you got coming at me. I'm gonna let you roll first because you are the active character. Oh, you know what? He's also got. Oh, I see. He's got that stumble in his pocket too. He's got that stumble. If he can get me with one hit, there's a chance he could knock me into the water. That's interesting. That's kind of dirty. I can't believe Sean would do that. Sean, that's just dirty. Okay, here's Lucky's attack. 2 4s and a 5. Here is Rami's attack. A 4 and an 8. So there's no way you could stop the 8. You could stop my 4 and give me 2 hits. Then you would take 1 hit. You decide, Sean, how do you want to play this?
I'll block.
What do you guys think? I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. So, mitigating some of that damage, because the stumble, all he has to do is get 1 hit. Even if he blocked, my other one, if he could, I think he probably would, and just get that 1 hit in and then try and stumble him into the water. All right, but now Lucky Dundee's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. I'm going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. Now, before I do, I'm going to go ahead and roll. Before any of that happens, though, we need to resolve whether or not you're going to play that stumble on me.
Yes.
Is this okay? All right. So he is going to stumble me. So the D8 will be the direction. The and it says X inches. So for that, remember, whenever something says X, you draw the top card off the deck, and you look at the number in the corner, and that tells you this is going to be 2 inches. And then I'm going to roll a D8 to get my random direction. I'll come over here and roll it. So it's fairly close. So as long as it's pointing away from the boat. Oh, doggone it, that's 2 dice. All right, we'll try 1 dice this time. 1 dice. And it is pointing away from the boat. Look at that, boys and girls. So Rami is going to end up going splash into the water. Okay. But so that actually helped quite a bit. Took a risk there. Took a big risk right there. Now the thing is that Lucky Dundee could still end up in the water with me. So Lucky Dundee is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. Rami still has to roll a 2 dice health check. We're going to roll for the active character first. Need a 4 or better here. Boys and girls, if you haven't hit the like button, do it right now for us. We need your support. We count on you guys. We thank you for playing along with us. He needs a 4 or better to remain on his feet. If I roll less than a 4, he's coming into the Nile River with me. And he rolls a 6. He stays on his feet. Rami tries to pull him into the water. No, Lucky Dundee says, I'm not taking a bath this week. So here is Rami's 2 dice health check. And Rami is injured. Not only is Rami swimming in the Nile with a crocodile on his tail, he takes an injury as well. Wow, that could not have worked out any better for Lucky Dundee right there. Could not have worked out any better. That's all your characters. Yep. That is all of your characters. So, when Rami activates, he's activating in a perilous area. He is activating in a perilous area. And he's going to have to roll for a peril. So, here is the random card. 1 with cunning. He's got fairly decent cunning. I got 3 die 8. 3 die 8, and I need 1 of these. Need 1. And got it. Okay. Sean, I'm going to play Lucky Break and draw 2 more cards, unless you would like to use your misfortune there. Do you think that's worth it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, he says no to your 2 cards. He says no. No to those 2 cards. All right, Rami is going to get onto the boat. And I think I'm going to go after... I'm going to get back on the boat. And when an NPC moves into a zone with a player character, he's got to rush one of them. And I'm going to do it random. I'm going to do it random here. We'll just say Millie is a 1, 2, 3. Lucky is a 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's coming after he comes up out of the water, and he wants some more of that. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that... I'm going to put it right there. Let's see how that goes. So, when an NPC in this scenario enters a zone with player characters, they automatically engage them. So he's going to have to brawl you. He's rolling 2 die 8. Boys and girls, for those of you out there going, but he's injured, Rami has a little something called Muscles of Steel. So he ignores the injury for the purposes of rolling Brawl and Might dice. So he will be rolling 2 die 8 to attack Lucky Dundee. Lucky Dundee, you can brawl me back with 3 die 6, or you could try to dodge me with 2 die 6. How do you want to play that? How do you want to play it?
I'll dodge.
Dodge, okay. So 2 die 6 is the dodge. Here is the attack. 2 die 8 coming at you. A 5. So all you got to do is get a 5. And you got the 5 you needed, sir, and you dodge it. Now, if you back away from me, I'm going to set a fire. Do you want to stay engaged with me?
Yeah, I'll stay engaged.
Okay, he stays engaged. Ramjeet is engaged, and therefore he cannot start a fire. The Mook, however, will start a fire. So now I'll activate the Mook. Don't have any cards to play. The Mook activates, and he will place a fire in a random adjacent zone. So, gosh, I hope I put it back here. I'd love to get it in the back of the boat if I could. I could stick it back in that back cabin. So we're going to say that's 1, 2. 3, 4. That the zone down below. Okay, so 1, 2 is this back cabin. Oh, there's only 3 zones that he can do. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the zone with Millie and Dundee and Ramjeet. Could start a fire over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the front zone over here. All right, here we go. Oh, put the camera on. 1, 2. So it's going to be in that back zone. That's going to be hard to get to. I like that. I'll leave that off. Okay. And that will end the turn, right? Yeah. That was Rami. Okay, recovery checks. Recovery checks. I'm going to roll for Rami. Here is for Rami. He got a 4, shakes off his injury. Here is for Millie. She gets a 6, shakes off her injury. Dang it. Here is for Lucky Dundee. Give me that just reward. Just reward goes away. Here is for Lucky Dundee. A 4! Doggone it. Well, I guess he had to eventually pass one. And he shakes off an injury as well. That's going to end the turn. This is an 8-turn scenario, and I'm running out of time, really. My chances of actually getting enough fires started now at turn 6, there's only 3 turns left. Really, really slim here. Let's see who shows up, though, at the end of turn 8. Sorry, at the end of turn 5. Is another Mook. Doggone it. That's not what I wanted. Where he shows up is 7. Is that where? That's where everybody's piled up. So he's going to show up in the zone with everybody, and he's going to have to be engaged with one of the player characters. So we're going to say Millie is 1, 2, 3, and it is Millie. Okay. So he jumps out of a box over there and is engaged with Millie. All right. Let's see. Did I already pull a bullet? That was the end of turn 5. I think I did. Here is your card. Just reward. And I drew a buy some time. Okay. All right. I got 2 people engaged. I got 2 fires going. All right. Sean, who's going to activate first? So Lady Elaine could come out this side over here, out the ladder, and put out that fire. That might be your first move. I don't know. You tell me. What do you want to do?
That's what I want to do. I want to
Lady Elaine activates. I don't have anything to play. She's going to enter my perilous area. I can't count on her continuously failing these. Here is her peril for entering a flaming area. 1 with cunning. What kind of crap is that? I need bigger cards in there. So she's got 4 die 8 to pass the peril. Wow. Okay. 1 success is what she needed, and she got it. Just barely. She passes the peril. She can attempt to put out the fire. Now we got 1. 3 successes with brawl, might, or finesse. She has 3 die 8 in finesse. She can't put it out with her brawl. She can't put it out with her might because she doesn't have enough dice there. I mean, in theory, if you had something else to add on. But So she's going to have to use her finesse here. 3 die 8. So this is it. This is the roll. Let's see if she can put the fire out.
Okay.
Were you saying something, buddy?
No, let's go ahead.
Okay, here's the roll. And she puts out the fire. Doggone it. All right, the fire is out. Damn it. I needed that. And she's going to get to draw a card. Here is your... You should have already got a card. Yeah, she's going to get 2. So you got a disarmed and a focus. Okay. All right. All right, Lady Elaine is activated. She's over there putting out fires. Doggone it. All right, sir. What are you going to do next? Either Millie or Lucky Dundee are going to have to activate.
I think Millie will activate.
Millie activates. Okay, she's going to have to deal with a mook on her. He's rolling 3 die 6 at her. She can dodge with 4 die 8 or brawl him with 3 die 6. A mook, if he fails a health check, he's going to just get removed from play. Might be worth brawling him. It's up to you, man. How do you want to play it?
I'll try the brawl.
3 die 6 to brawl. You have control of the dice, so potentially if it goes bad, you could try to do something there. I don't have anything really to play. Okay, so you're the active character. Here is your attack. You got a 4. Here is my counter. 2 6s at a 4. How do you want to play that? She is uninjured right now. You just say take them all?
Take them all, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she'll have to roll a 3 dice health check. She's not injured, so she's going to be rolling 3 die 8. My little Mookie's going to have to roll a 1 die 6 health check. Here is for Millie, and she is injured. So take that POW. And then my Mookie will roll 1 dice, and he is removed from play. So he again falls off into the water. And is eaten by the crocodigator automatically. And he's gone. Dang it. Look at the pile of NPCs that have been KO'd over here. That's embarrassing.
That's a lot of fat crocodiles.
I know. You'd think they wouldn't keep fighting anymore. All right, what is Dundee going to do? He's back up to a D8 health here. When he activates, a brawl will automatically start. How are you going to play that?
I want to try to brawl him.
Did I forget to place a new guy at the end of that turn?
Is that the guy that went in on Millie?
Yeah.
I think he was the new one.
Yeah, that was the new one. Okay, thank you. I was trying to cheat and you wouldn't let me, doggone it. Let me cheat once in a while. All right. Lucky activates a fight, automatically start. You should brawl me with 4 die 8. You can dodge me with 2 die 8. How do you want to play it? I'm coming at you with 3 die 8. Okay. You got 4 die 8 versus my 3 die 8. You get a 6 and a 4. I get 7 and an 8, so that is automatically a take-em-all situation. You'll notice there that there is no option to block. 6 and a 4 cannot stop a 7 and 8. Both characters will take 2 hits. We'll let the dice cup sort it out. The black dice are for Lucky. Lucky passes his health check, boys and girls, and Ramjeet is injured. All right. Oh, I needed that injury. Doggone. Okay, that is all the player characters activated. We'll now go straight to Ramjeet activating. He will attack you again. He's throwing 2 die 8 at you because he's got muscles of steel. He will not lower his dice to d6s. How are you going to fight this? Are you going to brawl me with 3 die 8 or dodge me with 2 die 8? Get another injury on me, you can toss me off. Brawl him?
Yeah, I'm going to brawl.
Oh, okay. All right. 2 die 8 coming at you. Here is the 2-die-8 for you. I got 1 hit. A 7. You get 2 hits. Okay, he will not block. He'll be rolling a 2-dice health check. You'll be rolling a 1-dice health check. Here is the roll. I'm going to roll for the active character first, out of politeness. And he passes. 6 and a 4. He's not injured. Lucky Dundee is injured, boys and girls. And he takes that 2nd POW again. And that is all of the characters activating except for my Mookie over here on this side. Over here on this side, he is not engaged. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. He is putting that fire into the zone with all of these characters. So there is the fire marker now. All right, here we go. So that's going to end turn number 6. This is an 8-turn scenario. I'm going to put 2 more bullets in. We're starting turn 7. Recovery checks should have been rolled first, and I forgot them. So we'll go back for a moment. We have 3 potential recovery checks. Here is for Rami. Camera. Rami does not. He is indomitable. He will re-roll and fail it 2 times in a row. Lucky doesn't. Oh, let's do Millie. Millie remains injured. Here is for Lucky Dundee. What are you going to discard? Your just reward, I think, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Just reward goes away. Here is your roll. And a 6. Doggone it, man. I can't complain, I guess. I kept you injured for a long time. He's been injured since turn 1 in one way or another.
And poisoned.
Oh, I get another fella. Come on, I gotta get something good here. I need somebody that's gonna kick some butt. We have a serpent dancer coming into the game. A serpent dancer is coming into the game. Here is my dice for the location. A 10 is this front corner over here. So she is over here. Put her there so you can see her a little bit. She's right here. This guy pooped out his fire already. I don't think I have anybody else. Rami's engaged, so he doesn't get to poop out any fire. And I think that's where we're starting turn 7, right? Here's your cards. Here is the card for you. Stumble again. Doggone it. Oh. And I drew a steady aim. All right. Here we go. Sean, my chances of getting 6 fires are pretty much gone at this point. I think I've got very little chance of getting 6 fires started. Oh, well. We need more fires, don't we, boys and girls? Everybody type more fire in the chat.
I think maybe the starting fire. Maybe start with 2.
Start with 2, maybe. Okay.
Make it a little bit harder to keep up with putting 1
Trying to
out.
find that balance. Trying to find the balance between, making it too hard and making it too easy. I feel like I would like more fire in play on this. It is about controlling the NPCs in this one. So as long as you can run around and keep the place clear of NPCs, then they're not going to start fires. So I like that idea that it kind of forces you to go after the NPCs. You can't just go after the fires. You got to hunt down the baddies because they're the source of the fire. Sean, who do you want to activate first?
I'll activate Elaine.
Okay, where's she going?
Isn't there a fire in 8?
Oh, yeah. There's a fire in 7, which is an adjacent zone. There's only two fires, and the camera will catch up pretty quickly. But there's the fire that is in with Lucky Dundee and Millie, and you can fight that one without engaging the NPC. You can move in there and put out that fire, possibly saving, you know, Lucky and Millie. Uh, I don't think there's another fire that you're going to be able to deal with right now.
I think that's probably the best one, so they don't have to activate the
Okay.
fire.
All right. So she moves in there first, and we'll attempt to put out the fire. So she moves in there. So for entering my perilous area, I don't think I have a card to play. Here is your peril. Entering one with might or finesse, you have 3 die 8 in finesse. Would you like to use your bonus dice on this? For keen senses. Yes. Okay, extra dice for keen senses. Okay. Here's your roll. You only need 1. Easy peasy, you got it. So that was the peril for moving in there. Now you have the challenge to put it out. 1 with cunning, 4 die 8. And the fire's gone. All right, who's going to activate next?
I get a couple of cards.
Oh, you sure do. You sure do. Yeah, she pays for herself for sure. You got a warmed up and a stunned. Warmed up and a stunned. Oh, that's a mean combination there. If you played that, you played the stumble and the stunned on Ramjeet, if you're able to knock him into the water, he would not be able to move back onto the boat on the same turn because of the stunned. So that's kind of dirty. I know you wouldn't do that because you're a gentleman. All right, your turn, sir. Who are you gonna activate next?
Dundee's gonna activate and punch Ramjeet.
Okay. You got 4 die 8 coming at Ramjeet. Rami's throwing 3 die 8 back at you. Looking at my cards. I got nothing. Okay. 4 die 8. 4 die 8. Three successes, 7, 8, 4. Rami? 2 successes, an 8 and a 5. So you could block both of mine and still deliver 1 hit. And that would allow you to play both the stumble and the stunned. Or you could play it riskier than that to try and go for some blood. How do you want to play it?
I want to block one of them.
Okay, block 1, 8 versus 8. That means you're going to roll a 1 dice health check on a d8. Rami will roll a 2 dice health check. But before any of that happens, you're going to have to decide if you play those cards. In Pulp Alley, the cards tell you when they're supposed to be played. So stumble and stunned both say when a character takes 1 or more hits. I'll have to double check that. When a character takes 1 or more hits, when a character takes 1 or more hits. Yep. So what that means is that is the trigger for playing those cards. And you can decide the order that you want to play them. But they're intended to be played when that happens. Now, if the game continues on and we go ahead and move forward and roll health checks and, you know, roll for direction and draw to see how far he moves and yada, 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 then the opponent could say, well, you had a chance to play those and you chose not to. You can't go back now, right? So think about that. Now, oftentimes we go back when we're doing these videos because I don't give my opponent a chance frequently to play their cards because I'm basically trying to cheat. But that's how they're intended to be played. You should play them when it says they're played and not wait till later on to find out, you know, the most advantageous time to do it. So, Sean, are you going to play both of these on me?
Yes.
The order I don't think is particularly important. Maybe it is. Maybe you play the stumble first so you see what direction I'm going to go. Maybe that matters. So we'll play that first. And then also remember that the cards are intended to be played and resolved one at a time. So what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't just say, I'm going to play stumble and stunned. That's not how you're intended to play it. The way you're supposed to play it is choose which one you're going to play and then play it and resolve it. So you say stumble.
Okay.
And then based on how that is resolved, then you can decide whether or not you actually want to play the stunned. So you draw the X. The X is 1 inch, and we're going to roll for the direction. And the direction, I'm going to go over there nearby so I get a good read on this. And if it's pointing back towards this way, if it's pointing towards the water, and it's not, it's just going back this way. So it's going to be stumbling him back that away. So he did not go in the water. Now, he is engaged with you. He's still touching you. So the choice there is, do you still want to play that stumble or hold on to it? I'm sorry, not the stumble, the stunned. Do you still want to play that stunned or hold on to it? There's no real reason to play the stunned now because he can't move anyway. He's engaged with you. So you hold on to it.
Yeah, I'll save that.
Okay. So now we do our health checks. I'm going to take all 3 of those dice. I'm going to drop them in the cup. The red dice are for Rami. Rami is down and thrown into the water. Dundee is not injured. He rolled a 4. So Rami is down. He already had an injury. That's his second injury. Because the special rule for this scenario is that they get tossed into the water. So again, no real reason to have played the stun. So he just holds on to that. Oh, well, you guys should see that over there. There's Rami. And the crocodile's coming. Okay. Was that Rami's activation? Is that what that was? Was that Dundee's activation?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was... Oh, so you still have Millie. Millie hasn't activated. So she can't... There's only one fire left in play, and she can't actually get to it. Yes, she could. Yes, she could. Yes, she could. If she runs. If she runs, she can get to that fire. Or you could just go engage the baddie that's over here. So remember...
Let's go engage the baddie.
Yeah, there's a baddie right here. It's just a little level 1 guy, so he's not much of a trouble. Although she is still injured, isn't she? Yeah. Yeah, she's still injured. All right. So she rushes over there and engages the baddie. So that by itself is kind of like, preventing fire by making sure that you engage him. Now, if I can get an injury on her, I'll toss her into the water. I'll toss her little hairy butt right into the water. Okay, here we go. Now, are you going to brawl me with 3 dice 6, or are you going to dodge me with 4 die 8?
I want to dodge.
Okay.
In fact, I think I'm going to do a card for her acrobat.
Okay. Which one do you want to toss?
I think I'll do this disarmed.
Okay, I think that's a good one. So this is one spot where if I was playing them, and when you have a game master that's playing with you and they want to play the baddies as baddies, then they should really have the option to make decisions for those bad guys. Now, if you're playing this solo or just depending on how the game master wants to play it, then there's rules written for what the NPCs are supposed to do in this scenario or what their default action is. And NPCs are almost always just going to go for blood. In this situation, because I know that I would like to get another fire started, because he's choosing to dodge, if I wanted to be dirty here, maybe I would choose to dodge as well and back up an inch so I was unengaged, and that would let me put out another fire at the end of his activation. But because I'm just playing these guys as NPCs, I'm going to just do what they're programmed to do, and that is to just go for blood. So it will attack with 3 die 6. She's dodging with 4 die 8. Either one of those, I think, is still a good choice. On the off chance that I can actually get another injury on Millie, that would also toss her off the boat, and that would give me freedom to drop another fire out too. So let's hope here. Let's hope he can cause some damage. Although he's not the active character, I'm going to roll for the NPC first because it's the only attack dice being rolled. And he gets 2 4s. So all she has to do to dodge this is she's got a 5th dice in there. She's got 5d8 because she's using her acrobat ability. So 5d8. Got to get a couple 4s. Easy peasy. A 7 and a 4 will dodge those 2. And are you going to remain engaged? I think you want to prevent him from pooping out fire.
Right? I'll remain engaged.
Yeah. Okay. And then that was all the player characters. So now the NPCs activate. I'm going to activate the fella that we just did. So that NPC will activate again now, and he's rolling 2 dice 6 to attack you. Are you going to dodge me? I shouldn't have rolled d8s for you. You're injured. You should have had d6s. I'm not going back.
Re-roll it?
No, I'm not going back. So I have 2 die 6 coming at you. You can dodge me with 4 die 6, or you can brawl me with 2 die 6. How do you want to play it?
I'll dodge.
Okay, 4 die 6. Here's my attack. A 4. Here is your dodge. A 4. Remain engaged so you can prevent them from starting a fire. The next one will be my Serpent Dancer. She will poop out a fire into zone 8. She could put a fire over here with Millie. She could put a fire over here. 9 or the bridge. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the high one. One, 2 is back here. The fire is with Millie. Millie and the Mook. The first thing we're going to do is recovery checks. There's no way I'm going to get 6 fires out here at this point. We'll just keep playing just because I'm having fun. But this is going to end up being a victory for the goodies. Recovery checks. Here is for Millie. And let's just roll for Millie real quick. Here is for Millie. Millie does not recover. Here is for Rami. Rami does not. Reroll. Does not again, and Rami is gone. Oh my gosh, that's brutal.
Look at those snappers.
I know it. I like having the crocodigators in this, so that makes it fun for me. What card are you going to discard for Lucky?
I'll do stunned.
Stunned, okay. Got rid of the stunned, and here is your recovery check. And you did not. Remains injured. Yay! A moral victory. Is that all the recovery checks? I think that's all the recovery checks. So now I'll poop out a fire. So, oh no, I already did that. I already did it. She already did it. She tossed it over here. I should have done the recovery checks first, but and that's it. So remember, for perilous areas, you resolve them when the character in there activates. So although there's a fire starting over here, it is resolved when one of these characters activates, or when each of them activates. Okay. Pull a bullet. That was turn 7. Well, gosh, we're starting turn 8. Oh, I get another fella though. See what I got here. I got another serpent dancers. I needed them earlier. Showing up in this late time, that's not really helping me. Zone 2 is upper deck up here. So this is all one zone. This side up here, this is all one zone for all the way to the bridge. Okay. She pooped out her fire, and then we're off to cards. Last turn of the scenario, card you drew is a bad luck. Play that when I activate a character to make me discard. I drew a sidestep. All right, buddy. You start things off. Who's going to activate first? Probably Lady Elaine. Go in and put out another fire.
Yeah, I think I'll do the. That's been working out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's really, that's heck of a fire. Oh wait, where is she? Yeah, she's in there.
Next to Dundee.
Yeah, so she just has to move to the next zone. That's an adjacent zone. So she can move in where she doesn't have to engage the NPC. So she just moves. Of course. So she just moves in to the zone with him. Millie has him engaged anyway. And then, so for entering my zone, she'll get a peril. And she draws a 1 with might or finesse. She has 3 die 8 in finesse.
I'll go ahead and use that extra
4 die 8. And she gets 2 successes. So she enters the zone successfully. Here is the challenge for her to put it out. 1 with might. She has 2 die 6 in might. And she does not put out the fire. It remains burning. Okay, who's next? Did a really good job controlling the NPCs. And I think in this scenario, I think I'm going to try and up the ante a little bit. I may try and make it a little bit harder. But I think Sean did a really good job of both. You have to concentrate both on the NPCs and the fires. So going against both, I think he did a really good job of keeping that balanced. All right, who's activating next?
Can I make that cultist activate?
No, you cannot. And why, boys and girls, is because they are non-player characters. Non-player characters, right? That's how we're playing them. We're treating them as non-player characters. They are not a league. You cannot force non-player characters to activate before you go. Really smart move. And that's both an advantage and a disadvantage. Just like Sean right now, and heck yeah, you would want to make that NPC activate first. That would give you a chance to either clobber him and throw him off, and then Millie can put out the fire, right? That's the smart way to play that. But you cannot force an NPC to go first.
All right, Millie's going to activate.
Okay, Millie activates. A fight has started. She could roll 3 die 6 to fight him or 4 die 6 to dodge him. How are you going to do it?
She's just going to dodge.
Okay, so she's got 4 die 6 to dodge. Would you like to discard to get an extra card? I'm sorry, an extra dice.
Yeah, I'll discard the...
Warmed up?
Yeah,
okay.
Warmed up.
Okay. All right, you got 4 die 6 plus 1. You got 5 die 6. I got 3 die 6 coming at you. We'll go ahead and roll for the NPC. A 5. So as long as you get a 5. And you do. So you dodged it. You don't want to back up because you want to keep him engaged. Otherwise, he'll poop out fire. Right, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to back up. And then the last character is Lucky. Wait. I am going to get back up here. Millie should have rolled for that fire when she activated in the zone.
Oh yeah, she's in a perilous area.
Yeah. Sorry. So here was her peril. It was 1 with might. She has 3 die 6 in might. Would you...
I'll do the focus.
The focus. Okay. I'll get you up to 4 dice. Only need 1 of these. And you got it. Okay, so nothing changed. Lucky Dundee has not activated. What's he going to do? He could go up the stairs and shoot at my serpent girl. He could go into the fire zone and put out the fire.
I'll go upstairs and shoot at the serpent lady.
Okay. All right. He comes up the steps. And shoots. He has 1 injury against him, so he's rolling 5d8. 5d8, is that right? 3 plus 1, 4 die 8. 4 die 8, and I'm dodging you with 4 die 8. I think I have a sidestep or something. Let me see here. Oh, I have a shoot skill on that character. Look at that. I got 2 die 6 and shoot. Well, heck yeah, we'll just shoot at you then. 2 die 6. Short range will get me a dice. And I got a steady aim in my pocket. I'll use a steady aim too. So I get a 4th dice. I got 4 die 6 versus 4 die 8. Alright. She was a little more dangerous than she looked. Alright, 4 die 8 against her. Right? Because you're injured? Okay.
Yeah.
3 successes, 2 5s, and a 7. Good roll. 5 and a 4. How do you play it? You can play it safe and not take any damage, or you can play it any way you want, sir. How do you feel like doing that one?
I'll block one of them.
Block 1. Okay. She will have to roll a 2 dice health check. You will roll a 1 dice health check. All right, we'll drop them all in the cup. Black dice is for Dundee. Dundee passes. She does not, and she's got a damage on her. Boop. That's all your characters. So now the baddies will activate. I'll go ahead and activate her. She's got nobody in her zone, so she'll just poop out a fire. She'll put it either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6 is the bridge. 3, 4 is this zone over here. Boop. And then the gal up here will activate, and she'll poop out some fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6 is the bridge. Boop. And then my last fellow activates and starts a fight. So he's rolling 2. Do you want to play your bad luck on me and make me discard a card, or are you going to hold on to that card? You only have 1 in your hand right now.
Might as well. I'll play it.
Okay, so I'm going to have to discard one of my cards at random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One of my clear shots. Okay. My little fella he's brawling with 2 dice 6. You can brawl me back with 2 dice or dodge me with 4 dice. How do you want to do that?
I'll dodge you.
Okay. So I got 2 dice coming at you. A4. A4. And you dodged it. Very good. Very good. So, you know, did really good at keeping everything controlled. At the end, you know, at the end of this scenario, as I was able to keep my baddies in play a little bit better, I started to get more fires out there. He did I got a lot of the, I guess I got all of the low level. No, I still had 1 level 2 guy in there. But most of my Most of my low-level stuff came up early in the game, and that helped him keep control of that. These level 3 characters are a little bit harder to deal with. And look at that. I ended up with 4 fires in play. Now, I should have actually rolled for a challenge as soon as he activated. Let's do that. Let's do that. As soon as he activates, he had to face a peril. He would have had to roll 2 dice with cunning or might. He can... I think he actually has 2 dice. No, he has 2 dice in dodge. So he would try to dodge it. Did not. Would have taken 2 hits. And he was gone. So the fire actually ate him up. So notice that the NPCs of this scenario are not immune to the fires. And it's fun because they could start fires in adjacent zones where there are other NPCs. So it can actually kind of get kind of fun as they are throwing fire bombs at into areas where other characters are. And I think that's fun because it just kind of shows you some of the chaos, the smoke that's going on, the flames that are going on, and all that stuff. So I ended up with 4. I needed 6 fire markers to win, so I was off by 2. Who knows? If it had gone another 12 turns, I might have got to 6. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I would have got there. So I like this scenario. I like the level of chaos and crazy stuff that are going on. I still felt like it may have been, I think early on, the only reason I really stayed in the game was because of everybody out there, throwing some voodoo hexes and thinking 1s and 2s. If my die rolls in the early part of the game hadn't have been so bad, I think he would have had an even easier time. Sean, did you feel like this was easy, or were you ever thinking that it was going to go against you?
I didn't think it was easy.
Yeah.
Because if Dundee had gone all the way down, I would have
I
really.
know.
I would
There
not
was
have been able to do it.
there were a couple times there that I had him so close. There were a couple times. He's just so good at perils. I think it would have been really hard for me to get him down with perils. But you're right. The fact that I got him, I was never able to put him down. I got Millie down, and I even got her off the boat. So you got a wet chimp running around on the steamboat. So that's always fun.
Anytime I play with Millie, she's always tying people up with that dodge ability.
Yeah. Yeah, and that works really well in this. Even though she's not particularly offensive or aggressive, she could really be a huge distraction, and that works out really nice in this because you don't really have to beat them. You just have to stop them long enough for the boat not to get burned down. Let's see what chat we have coming on here. Throw a howdy in the chat for me, Ray. I see Ray. I see Dennis Cross. I love the reference to romancing the stone. Oh. We the last saw of Rami was the extended fickle figure of fate. Nice fire markers in this one are out of the Hellboy board game. Thank you. I'm glad you liked them. I thought they were kind of cool looking.
They're some of the best ones I've seen.
Yeah, and then I tried to paint them. I tried to put, so they basically come as an orange blob, and I thought, you know what, I'll try to do something. So I threw a little bit of the black and the lighter yellow or lighter orange is just something I threw on there, and then I threw some speed paint down in the cracks to give me some darker color. I don't think I necessarily helped it, but I did something to it. Yeah, I also have some of the acrylic cutout stuff, right, like Litco and stuff like that, but they always look a little Minecrafty, right? They look very, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Please take a moment, make sure you hit that like button for us. I hope everybody is enjoying this. I think we may continue this league. We may switch up for another league. I don't know. So we'll see how we go with this. We'll on Thursday night we played a little game. David and Kyushu won the Dice of Doom and got to pick what league we played. So if you want to do that, be sure and join us on Thursday night for our live video, and we might do Captain Wolf's League. We might do League of Justice, all that sort of stuff that we have going. So a lot of different options that we can do. Hope you guys like this one. Come back to this video after it posts and be sure to leave us a comment about, any suggestions that you have. I think just slight adjustments to this. So for today's game, one adjustment that I did just today is that I added the level 1 characters in there. So these were just added today. And I'm not sure that I liked the way that worked out. I think we could readdress that by taking the level 1 characters out. And all that really means is that the level 2 and the level 3 characters will be drawn instead of these guys. And that's something I just did today because I wanted to see how that worked. I'm not sure that will stay that way. We may just switch it back to level 2 and level 3 characters in this scenario. That might be, I think the last time we played this, I actually liked it a little bit better. It was a little bit closer, narrower, window of victory there. This was actually pretty close once it got to that last turn with 4 fire tokens out there. If it wasn't for the bad die rolls, though, I don't know that I ever got any guys to stay on there at all. So eliminating the level 1 guys might be the balance that I try next time with this. But if you guys have suggestions, I was also thinking that if there was a fire token in play, see what you guys think about this. If there's at least 1 fire token anywhere in play, then 1 more appears at the end of the turn. So that puts the pressure on to make sure you get all of the fire markers off. But would that have made it too hard, right? And you can go back and you can look at this game in relation to that adjustment. At the end of the turn, there were frequently 1 fire marker in play, and would that have unbalanced it too far the other way? So that's something to think about as well. So that's an adjustment that I was considering. But whatever you guys think, come back to this video after it posts and make sure you give us a comment. If you'd like to do this with us on a Sunday morning, you ought to get signed up to play. It doesn't matter how much you've played. If you've never played the game at all, this is a great way to learn it. We have a lot of fun teaching you how to play. So join us for a game on Sunday. Send us an email or a Facebook message and say, hey, I want to do that too. Currently, we're signing up about 2 months in advance, so we're actually already into February of next year. So that's if you signed up today and we put you on the book, it wouldn't be until February that you would actually be playing anyway. A big thank you to everybody. I hope you all have a happy holiday. We'll talk to you more before that. And now we'll play us out of here. Sean, hang out with me for just a little bit, brother. Bye, everybody. Okay. We'll see you soon. Bye. Very cool, brother.